Since the first official tournament in 1930 in Uruguay, 54 hat-tricks have been scored in over 800 matches of the 22 editions of the tournament. The first hat-trick was scored by Bert Pottenot of the United States, playing against Paraguay in 1930. The most recent was by Kylian Mbappe of France, playing against Argentina on December 18, 2022. The only World Cup not to have at least one hat-trick scored was the 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany. The record number of hat-tricks in a single World Cup tournament is 8, during the 1954 FIFA World Cup in Switzerland. 19 players have scored a hat-trick in the knockout stage of the FIFA World Cup. 2 were playing in their first ever World Cup match, Edmund Conan and Angelo Schiavio, both in 1934, a tournament without a group stage. Geoff Hurst, 1966, and Kylian Mbappe, 2022, are the only players to have scored a hat-trick in the final. 2 players have scored a hat-trick in the second group stage of the World Cup, Paolo Rossi and Zbigniew Boniek, both in 1982. Bert Pottenot was the first player to score a hat-trick in a World Cup match, on July 17, 1930 against Paraguay. 4 players have scored 2 hat-tricks in World Cup matches: Sandor Kocsis, both 1954, Just Fontaine, both 1958, Gerd Müller, both 1970, and Gabriel Batistuta, 1994 and 1998. Batistuta is thus the only person to score hat-tricks in 2 World Cups. He has another unique record of scoring hat-tricks. Both were achieved on 21st of June of the year, against World Cup finals debutants, Greece and Jamaica, and each time the third goal was a penalty. Kocsis and Müller scored their hat-tricks in consecutive matches. Oleg Salenko is the only player in World Cup history to have scored 5 goals in a single match. He did this during the 1994 FIFA World Cup match between Russia and Cameroon. 3 other players have scored a hat-trick for the losing side: Joseph Hugi in 1954, Kylian Mbappe losing 4-2 on penalties in 2022, and Igor Belanov in 1986. One other player has scored a hat-trick in a game that his side did not win: Cristiano Ronaldo 2018 against Spain. That match was tied. There have been 3 occasions when 2 hat-tricks have been scored in the same match. 2 occurred during the 1938 FIFA World Cup, when Sweden defeated Cuba, Gustav Wetterström and Harry Anderson. Both playing for Sweden, scored 3 goals, with the former completing his in the first half. In the Brazil vs Poland, Leonidas did it for Brazil and Ernst Wilimowski for Poland. 1 occurred in 1954, when Austria defeated Switzerland. Theodor Wagner and Joseph Hugi scored hat-tricks for Austria and Switzerland respectively. 2 players have scored hat-tricks in World Cup finals. Geoff Hurst scored 3 goals for England against Germany in the 1966 final. This is also the longest hat-trick to be completed, most time between the first and third goals. His first goal came at 18 minutes, while the second and third goals were in extra time at 98 and 120 minutes. Kylian Mbappe scored the other World Cup finals hat-trick in the 2022 FIFA World Cup final for France against Argentina. His goals were scored at the 80th, 81st and 118th minute marks. 2 of his goals, 80th and 118 minutes, were successful penalty kicks. The quickest hat-trick is Eric Probst, who scored at 4th, 21st, and 24th minutes in 1954, playing for Austria against Czechoslovakia in the first round. The briefest hat-trick to be completed, that is, the shortest time between the first and third goals, is the one by Laszlo Kiss in 1982 against El Salvador. He scored at 69 minutes, 72nd and 76th minutes, making the time between his first and third 7 minutes. This is also the only hat-trick scored by a substitute. The only players to have scored from 3 headers in a single match are Tomas Skarady in 1990 and Miroslav Klose in 2002. The youngest player to score a hat-trick is Pelé, at 17 years, 244 days. The oldest player to score a hat-trick is Cristiano Ronaldo, at 33 years, 130 days. Germany holds the record for most hat-tricks scored with 7. Germany also shares with South Korea the record for most hat-tricks conceded with 4.